think about cake layers, well then I want to think about this bottom row. The bottom layer. And sometimes shading is really the only way you're going to be able to see that bottom layer. So the shading does make it pop out. Raise your hand if you can tell me, this row right here, what is the array that will go with the row that we have just shaded? A 3 by 2. Right now, I want you to write 3 by 2. And how many are in that bottom layer? Evan? 6. Take another color. We're stacking it. Raise your hand if you can tell me how many are in that next row. Think about an array that represents what you see. Jack. 4 total. What array could we associate with the 4 total that you're getting? 2 by 2. 2 by 2, which would give me 4. So that's 2 across and 2 deep. And that's where sometimes I have to use maybe a marker will show up better. There we go. I'm going to take a third color. And I'm going to shade this top piece. How many do you think are in our top piece? How many are in that top piece? Jared? 2. I'm going to label that. So that's what? A 2 by 1? If I wanted to get the whole area, what would I need to do to all of the whole volume, I'm sorry, not the whole area, but the whole volume. What am I going to need to do to all these pieces? Cadence. I'm going to add them. So that's 10 plus 2 more makes what? 12 cubic units. That's probably the most complicated that we're going to get is when we have uneven layers that are represented like this. If you're not really a cake layer person, then you might see it as loaf of bread. Let's do it let's shade one more model. And then I'll let you experiment with the rest, okay? I'm going to do loaf of bread here. So I'm going to start with my end piece. I probably should have called that books on a shelf, but I like loaf of bread. Raise your hand if you can tell me what array goes with the yellow that I have just shaded. What array goes with the yellow that I have just shaded? Caden? It is a 1 by 2 area. 1 by 2 is going to give me 2 cubic pieces. I'm going to look at that middle layer. It's very high. I'm going to shade it. And this is going to get kind of complicated. Because we have to think about the pieces that are not seen. How many total pieces do you think are represented by that middle color? How many pieces are represented by that middle shading that we just made? Is it a 2 by 6? That would give me 12. 2 by 3. Okay. So Parker thinks it's a 1. I'm going to label these. This is a 1, 2, 3 tall and a 1, 2. So it's a 3 by 2 area. So this dimension is 2. It is 3 high. So that's going to give me a 3 by 2 piece in the middle. So what is 3 times 2 going to give me? 6. My last shading I'm going to shade in this little end piece here. There's 1 cube. There's 2 cubes. And then we're going backwards 2. So I would label this 2 by 2. So how many total cubes are represented in that last slice of bread? Natalie, 4. Because we can go 2 by 2 is 4. If I wanted to find the total volume, what would I need to do with all those different layers? We would add them up. And 2 plus 6 is 8. And 8 plus 4 is 12 cubic units. So we've talked about some different ways. I would encourage you in your free time to try to find some other ways. You have lots of models there that you could practice with. You have 2 more models that look like this. And then if you look below, you have an even different model. So in your spare time over the next couple of days, go ahead and see what you can find and experiment with your colors. Our time today is over.